Kia ora everybody, just a little quick one. You can see next to me it's already boiling, and excuse the noise outside, is a bit tricky. So today just a quick lesson, well not really lesson, more demonstration on the Jacquard basic dye. So I'm doing a dye trial today with some leftover pew-pew strips, some fenu, and because I haven't really used this dye very much yet, or all the colors, so I'm trying to use as many colors as I can today. So I've already dyed the yellow and the golden yellow, and I can tell you that the golden yellow turns more like an orange. Will be interesting to see what the actual orange looks like. And I've also used the green, which is more like a forest kind of green, olive, sort of dark olive green, and then a malachite, which turns out to be more like a turquoise. Beautiful color, actually. It's my favorite so far. So now I'm about to dye the crystal violet and the purple. Will be interesting, and I always do them side by side. The other thing you will need is obviously pair tongs, your pots, and outside pair gloves, just to be on the safe side. And if I still got enough time or material, I may just quickly also show you how to dip dye, because a lot of people are asking about that. So let's just dive right into it. Right, so with these ones, they come in little jars, unlike you know, the powders or the liquid that we have, and a little goes a long way with these, I've noticed. So they've got a little security seal. You take that one off, and then I don't measure really, I just pop. I only got about 3 inches of water in here, and that's about 1/3 of a jar, and the same of the purple. So I've got purple in this one and crystal violet in this one, and I can already tell the difference just in the pot. This one sort of looks very violet, so I've got those. And then what I've got is I've got some, you know, as I said, leftover pew-pew strips, and so I just pop them in. Move them around a bit. Oh, nice. Lovely. So the idea is, and obviously you've got your cold water next to it, so you can, you know, rinse it and obviously wash off all the excess dye and stop the dyeing process. So, whoop, gotta take the glasses off for that one. So this is the violet. Doesn't come out in the camera very well, and sorry, yeah, that's the violet. No, sorry, that was the purple. This is the violet. Mixing up my colors now. So there you go. So that's the purple. There you go. I popped some photos later on. When they're dried, it looks better. And this is the crystal violet, and it does look crystal violet, trust me. And just as I was promising earlier, I'm going to show you how to drip dye. Drip dyeing essentially means you have 2 or more colors on one strand of fenu. I never really wet my fenu down before I put them in, but some people wet them down before they put them in. So I just start putting them in. And for this you definitely need your gloves. Trust me, you do need your gloves. Right. So I pop these in to about half. Right? Maybe 2/3. Right, looking good. See how quick they take? They take really extremely quick. You know, some other dyes take a little while. Obviously depending on how much dye you put in. So just a quick, stops the boiling process in the cold water. And then you pop the other end into the other dye. Now obviously this is more sort of pronounced if you use completely opposite, like red and black, or turquoise and blue, and yellow and red, things like that. But because I just have these two next to each other, I thought we'd just do it this way. And look at that. That is absolutely stunning. That crystal violet might just be my next lot of favorite dyes. So do that same thing again. Pop it in. Sort of ever so gently, because as soon as it hits the hot boil, the hot liquid, it sort of softens anyway. So there's really no need to, if you've done your prep properly, to, you know, wet these down beforehand. But if you feel it's easier for you, then that's fine. There you go. So that's the violet. Sorry, that's the purple for the third time. Because they're so similar. Quickly give it a cold. And then pop the other end in this one. Make sure that you really submerge it. If you need your tongs to help you with this, by all means use your tongs. Wonder what I'm gonna make with this now. Make sure that you got everything, all surfaces. There you go. That's it. And that is dip dyeing, and I'll show you my rack in a minute. Rightio, here we are. So we've done 7 colours. And I actually made another couple out of 2 pots, just to sort of see, you know, what they look like. So we've got, as you can see this, so this is the yellow. I will pop the photos in later on. So this is the straight up yellow. This is the so-called golden yellow, and it is very golden. This bundle here is both pots put together, and it is significantly lighter. Especially if you put those 2 next to each other while they're still wet, there is quite a difference. And this is the straight orange. So, you know, how I said earlier, it looks a bit orangey, the golden yellow, but if you put them next to each other, there's a significant difference. Now these are still wet, of course, so you know, they will change as they go on. This is the turquoise, and I have to say it gives the terry a run for its money in terms of color depth. And the same goes for the pink. So the pink is almost as pink as the red pink. You know, the red dye more pink. These are the ones that we drip dyed. So the bottom is the purple. I mixed it up in the video, and the top is the golden violet. It's not so strong at the moment, but once it dries you will see the difference, right? So then we have the straight up green, which is sort of more like a sort of a dark forest kind of green, and then we've got the malachite, which I really like, and there's a tui there in the tree right next to me, and this is the straight up violet, and then purple. Done it again because they're so similar. And this is the crystal violet, which is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So I've done those, and hopefully when they dry, you know, they look a bit differently. Sorry, I'm kneeling because, you know, I want to be in camera shot. And then I'll pop the photos up on the, you know, on the website, and also on Facebook. And this video will go into the Weavers Circle per usual, and then we will maybe do a question and answer session about that as well. I don't know yet, but yeah, so just so you know, get an idea about the whole dyeing with basic dye from Jacquard. And you can buy that obviously in the shop, but they sell them at the warehouse as well, I think. So, you know, if you have a warehouse right next to where you live, save yourself the postage. Anyway, happy weaving everybody.